guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin cosplay, and today we are back at guys with ReZero, episode 24 of season 2. So we're almost done with the season.
Yes, 2 episodes to go, and we're happy for some characters right now, very scared for others. Emilia did the last trial. She met the Witch of Wrath, who for some reason did not want her to look at her face. Like, she wanted Emilia to keep looking forward while she was behind her. When Emilia did turn, she took her against her chest. She was comforting, kind of like they were family, or at least close. So it's weird considering Emilia has never met her, but there are so many theories about that. I can't. Emilia left. After that, she found the body of Echidna, whose face she did not recognize, and she destroyed the barrier. But as soon as she left, it was winter!
Winter
Fuck.
is here. Winter is coming.
So that means the bunnies are coming too.
Fuck.
Ram fought Roswell. She admitted that she did love him, so that completely messed up what he thought was true in his book. And she risked her life like crazy, got the book, and burnt the damn thing.
And then she got blasted by Roswell attack.
Yes, so there's a good chance that she's gone. I'd rather go into this episode thinking she's dead and not be disappointed if it's true, instead of, getting my hopes up. But it was close range and it was a huge blast, so we'll
Speaking
see.
about huge blast, that fight between Garfield and Elsa was fire, guys.
Amazing, no pun intended. He was a badass.
Yeah.
He fought like crazy. They both did. We saw her Elsa's past a little bit. Unfortunately, she's too far gone for us to feel bad about her, but she was a victim. She was a victim when she was a kid. She's a vampire also, so vampires are a thing in this world. And we were wondering if biting, Garfield's shoulder and him basically drinking her blood was enough to change him, like in those other movies and TV shows. So we'll see. But
We might get surprised. Who knows?
in any case, he killed her, or at least we think he did, and that was amazing. And Subaru left to once again try to convince Beatrice to come. So
Please, you need to get out of that damn room.
yes, so this is where we are right now. I say we jump in this episode and see what they have in store for us. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, if you want to know when these episodes come out, and check out our Patreon for the full reactions.
Alright, so let's watch it, guys.
Yes, let's go. It worked. I'm so glad.
I'm so glad that she finally decided that she
was worth
even
it.
though that person wasn't there, she could still choose to be happy and to be with someone that cares about her, that she cares about, even though that's gonna be not for forever, but for a period of time.
Well, when it comes to that, everything ends at one point. Relationships, or end. Life can end. You move on. You find something else that brings you the hope and the fun that you've had. And we talked about grief with Emilia last episode, or 2 episodes ago. We talked about, how you forgive, but you don't forget, or you move on, but you don't forget. You keep a part of them in your heart, but it doesn't mean that you let them chain you to the past. It's the same thing. Beatrice, what's fucked up about her situation is that she's basically her own cage. What happened with Ryuzu is she couldn't, she had a friend who left her. She couldn't save her.
Yep.
Then she had a mother who she cared about who left her and never came back. Roswell was always showing up, but I think he's never been the Roswell that she remembered. He's changed, so it's not the same.
He found a way to
Put his consciousness,
reincarnate his soul into the body of his son and his son and his son.
Which is fucked up.
If we are right, or just a body.
Well, that's what it sounded like.
Yeah, but that explained why he got one golden eye and one blue eye. I was questioning myself about that.
Yeah, and he's been, keeping the looks of the devil of melancholy, basically the witch or the wizard or the warlock, depends on how you want to call him, of melancholy. So maybe because that's what he wished, because of his feelings for Echidna, because of how he was destroyed, maybe because that's what he kind of wanted, he represented. you know, longing for a past that is no longer there, living in that past and being miserable in the future. It's kind of, that's kind of like, that's what melancholy is, right?
Yeah.
At least that's how I understand it. So, yeah, I think that could be the reason why, like, he sees himself as that devil, even though he might not be that devil. That's how he sees himself. So he dresses like him, and it's fucked up. But yeah, we're talking about Beatrice now. I feel like, and she said it herself, you know, that she was always abandoned by those she cared about. So she's been living with, you know, the hope of that one person that would show up, that would be the person to free her and stay with her and make everything better. She never knew who that person was, and she was always afraid to put all her hopes in that person that ended up being, you know, not the person, so the person that would leave again. And because of how afraid she was of being betrayed, left alone again, she never allowed herself to truly trust the person to take her out of that library. She never allowed for that to happen. So she was her own devil. She was her own cage. She kept herself in there because of how hurt she was afraid she was going to be. But unfortunately, that made things worse because she desperately wishes to not be alone, and she forced herself to be alone for the exact same reasons.
Yep.
It's really sad, and which is why I like that, you know, Subaru came up with a way to basically say, I'm not that person. Because you know, I don't think anyone can ever be that person. Not the expectations you put on who that person is. Not what you expect from, you know, that person compared to you and the relationship you wish for. I can never be in your life for forever. And I'm not the person you've been waiting for 400 years. But I can just be me. I can just be your friend.
The thing is, if we take word by word what Echidna told Beatrice, she basically told her, when you're gonna find someone who's gonna be worthy of my knowledge, that person's gonna take you out of there. Technically, Beatrice is that person. She's Echidna's daughter. She's worthy of being her knowledge. Rosal could have been that person too.
When it comes to the knowledge,
but I think that Beatrice took that, oh, someone's gonna come and just took me out of that place, be my savior, and I'm waiting for that person, basically.
Well, when Echidna never came back and she ended up being alone and time started to pass and pass and pass, it became, you know, who's gonna come and save me? And no one ever showed up. And when someone did show up, she was too afraid to be disappointed to hope for that person to be the one.
But yeah, when you think about it, it is sad because she could have just saved herself so many years or centuries ago.
Yes, and Subaru is basically telling her, you know, stop trying to put everything on that one person's shoulder, that idea that you created, and just accept that, you know, you have one person right here who wants to spend his time with you, who wants to be your friend, who wants to hold your hand and take you out of that library and be with you.
You know, we can think about that as, sorry, I cut you.
No, it's that's discussion.
But I think that we can think about that as people who got this idea of the perfect soulmate or the perfect man or woman, and they're waiting desperately for that person to come in their life, like, you know, love at first sight, for example, and it never came, and they have this high expectation about the relationship, but what they get instead is disappointing compared to that.
Yeah.
So
sort of,
you know?
Or it's just that you have so many people in your life that could fill the role of a lover, of a friend, but you don't allow yourself to love those people because you've been hurt in the past, and you think you're alone, and you think that, you know, no one's there to love you or help you, when in fact you are just passing through so many opportunities. And I mean, she took his end, so she's accepted the idea that, you know, it's better. I said it in an other reaction, I'm pretty sure, or was it this one? I don't remember.
Maybe.
Still, there's this quote from This Is Us that I really enjoy about, it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. And it makes sense with Beatrice because, you know, she keeps saying, since you're not that person, you're going to leave me. And he's like, well, I'll be with you, you know, till I'm gone. And she's like, well, there's still this certainty that eventually you'll die and you'll leave me. And he's like, okay, but then I'll make it worth your while. You know, when you're with me, I'll make sure that you remember me forever. Like, everything is going to end. And I love that he never contradicted her on anything. He was always saying, you know, she's saying, you'll leave me. He's like, yeah, I will eventually, but then, you know, what you do till then
Yeah.
Are you going to pass every opportunity to find friends and find, people that you care about just because eventually they will leave you? Would you rather have never met Ryuzu at all? If it meant, you were going to lose her? That's what it comes down to. You are passing through so many chances of happiness. You have so many chances of being happy with those people, and you'd rather stay away because you're afraid of losing them. And you will lose them, but then you will cherish the memories and you'll find new people to care about.
But that's the beauty and the tragedy of life in itself.
True.
Is the fact that nothing will last forever, and that you need to cherish every single moment that you spend with people that you care about, or that you're just.
Well, that's what makes life interesting,
Yeah.
That's what makes it so cool, is that those moments will never come back, and eventually they will end. So you make the most of them, and then once it's over, you keep a memory of it, and you move on and you find someone else, and you share different experiences with those people. She just needs to give herself the chance, and that starts with leaving the library, and we finally did, and now we're facing the rabbits. And Emilia is being badass as ever.
I'm glad that she tried to slap some sense into Roswell, and I'm so glad that Ram is still alive.
Roswell and Beatrice are very similar right now, because Beatrice, has been waiting for that person, not knowing what to do otherwise, because the book said nothing after a certain point.
But
so
Roswell
to her,
was too attached to that book and followed that book through it.
Both of them were too attached to that book. Beatrice is, how she sees herself it's not a good image. I feel like I feel like she doesn't think she deserves happiness. I think she maybe. She's feeling guilt for what happened to Ryuzu, for not helping her mother, for not, being strong enough to help them. And now she got the book that technically is supposed to represent her entire life. And at one point it ended, and she kept saying, oh, if those pages are blank, I've come to accept that it's because my life is meaningless and I did not matter as much as I thought I mattered to mother and stuff like that. Basically, she followed that book so much, and that book told her nothing, she's been so lost. And now Roswell is kind of in the same place where he doesn't know what to do next. Yet he did heal Ram. She's alive, so that's good. Like, the book did not say anything about that, but he's helping her, so at least there's still a part of him that's left, and he's still got emotions, and he's still being put, the way he was when he realized that shit, okay, I might have just killed her, was sweet, because it means he still cared, and he was still in there somewhere. So we just need to keep shaking that one, and be sure to keep him alive until he realizes that there's more to life than just the book.
But yeah, regarding Beatrice's book, to be fair though, it cannot just say that book wasn't complete. So maybe that's just that. Who knows?
Well, it's that, but then putting your entire focus, on that book and being kind of like Roswell is not good either.
But yeah, in a way we can understand that the fact that you follow something for technically 400 years, over and over again.
And it's not just that, it's because it's the last remnant of Echidna.
Yeah.
They loved her so much. She represented so much to them that they felt compelled to do absolutely everything in that book the way the book said it. It was law, not denying that the book was saying the truth, denying, the book, saying, oh, this book is not important.
It was denying their own teacher.
It's kind of like saying Echidna lied to you, or her word was not wisdom, or she wasn't completely, right. She was wrong in a lot of ways. It's accepting that she was human, and I mean, to me, she was, and she made a lot of mistakes, and some of this crazy stuff she did, she said it was for, to basically see how people would react. So it was experiments and stuff that did not make her perfect, but still Roswell and Beatrice saw her as perfect, and they were willing to sacrifice their entire lives for her, and they need to move on. Both of them should have done the trials, to be honest. I know Roswell technically tried, but he was pushed back. I feel like they needed to do kind of like Emilia did this season, which, first of all, they did get speeches by Subaru, so that starts there. Roswell did not listen, so he needed a speech from Ram, but then after that, they need to come to terms with their past, they need to come to terms with their present, and they need to look forward to the future.
Yeah.
And it starts here, season 3.
After the bunny, though.
After the bunny. We're taking care of the bunny this episode, next episode.
Oh,
and then
gosh.
we'll close things up and set season 3. Season 2 ended with the scene that was added of who's Rem? So I don't know, I am kind of setting myself up to dodge a blow by the show to try and mess things up. But we only need to take care of the rabbits. Everything else has been done. We've managed to do everything but
everyone
that
that we cared for is still alive.
Yes.
Every bitches that we despise is dead.
But like the thing that Roswell has been saying is you cannot save the sanctuary and the manor in the same loop.
The manor is technically destroyed.
No, but he saved the people at the manor, so that's done. Now he needs to finish saving the sanctuary, but he's never been in a better position because now he's not alone. He's got Emilia, Beatrice, Puck is sleeping, so not Puck, but at least Roswell could be somewhere, you know, still trying to shake things up in his head, and who knows if he's gonna wake up in time to help, but still, we got more firepower than we had before, so we could do something.
True.
Okay, it's time to finish this and win our bet and then move on to season 3. Thank you
Alright.
guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. The link is in the description below.
Yep, and if you don't, the next one will be out on YouTube next week, guys. So, see you then.
Bye!